Coming up is an episode featuring Rebecca Kordecki. She is a health and wellness expert, and she has trained some of the biggest stars in Hollywood like Khloe Kardashian, Dwayne Johnson, and Oliver Stone. And she's also the creator of the Booty Slide. We're going to be talking about all that and much more. You won't want to miss it. I'm so excited for my interview today. Joining me, health and wellness expert, celebrity fitness trainer, founder of the Breathe Zone, and the creator of the Booty Slide. And I want to talk a lot about that. I am thrilled to welcome Rebecca Kordecki. I can't believe I've never had you on my show or my podcast.
Well, I'm so glad I'm here.
Well, I don't even know where to begin. I know you're joining me to share some unexpected ways for people to maintain their overall wellness from the inside and out. Tell us all about it, please.
Well, yeah, I think, it's so important right now to be mindful of our self-care and our wellness routine. And so I have a couple of tips. And my favorite thing, my very first tip is how to start the morning. I believe, I call this a morning tune-up, or I call it my resetting self session. And so starting with breath work in the morning, breath work exercises, adding meditation, doing some affirmations like I rock, I'm, going to crush the day, whatever it is, however you want to start the day. But it really matters that you set aside this time in the morning. And then the second tip is to just transform your shower into a whole wellness experience. And you can do that by changing out your shower head. And I recommend and use personally the Waterpik Power Pulse Therapeutic Massage shower head. And while I know that's a mouthful, It really is amazing. It's the game changer. The reason why is because it has up to 2 times massage force as compared to other shower heads in the market. And it has a whole series of unique wellness benefits, such as helping to smooth muscle tension, to help increase flexibility, and it gives you better rest. And what we all need right now is better sleep. That's for sure.
Okay, so Rebecca, wait, Waterpik Power?
Yeah, Waterpik Power Pulse Therapeutic Massage Shower Head. If you could say that 3 times fast, you get a bonus.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had it because I'm going to go buy it today.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's a game changer. I was always a bath person, and then I tried this shower head, and it is literally, it has so many cool settings. My favorite is the Power Pulse, but it's amazing. It really changes my morning.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to get this. This is the first thing I'm doing when I'm done today. It's exciting. I can understand how it can relieve stress and muscle tension and all that stuff. And especially now with this pandemic and everything that's going on, you're right. We need to do more breathing. We need to do more self-care. We need to take care of ourselves because I think people don't realize we're stressed even if we don't know we're stressed.
Right. I always say we're looking at life right out the gate through the filter of COVID. Then on top of it, we've got our own stuff in life that's going on, right? So you wake up and you've already got this layer that's there from what's going on in the world. So
It's remarkable. So I want to talk about, thank you for all that great information. I can't wait to go get it. Waterpik Power Pulse Therapeutic Shower Massage. I said it all. See that? Okay, so I'm not going to brag or anything, but your past and present clients. Okay, can we just talk Jim Carrey, Dakota Johnson, Melanie Griffith, Raquel Welch, Dwayne Johnson. I don't even need to go on, just to name a few. How did this all start for you?
Oh my goodness. Well, it was about 26 years ago, and I worked at a gym called Gold's Gym. Have you heard of that?
Yes, of course.
In Venice and California.
Oh, in Venice, no less.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I started as a personal trainer when I very first got started. And I think my very first quote-unquote celebrity client was Oliver Stone. And from Oliver, I started getting all these other clients. People just started, knowing my name. I got a little bit of a reputation, and and then it built from there. And it's had I feel really fortunate the career I've had.
And how did besides the training, how did this whole wellness and nutrition, how did that routine start?
Well, I think, because they all go hand in hand, right? I used to think, when I first started, I was all about from the outside in, right? Like getting a great body, getting a 6-pack, and then you're great, then you're going to feel good. But what I was forgetting back then was, what about if I'm all messed up inside? Even if I have a great body or have a 6-pack, but I'm feeling sad inside, that's going to affect me. So then I wanted to work from the inside out. And then I thought, well, let's just marry the two, right? So
Right.
mind, body, and spirit, it all matters.
It really does. If you just I'm talking to Rebecca Kordecki. She is the health and wellness expert, celebrity trainer, creator of the booty slide. Can we talk about that for a minute, please?
Okay. If we must.
We must.
If we must. Yeah. I'm coming out with Booty Slide 2.0, actually, because it's the perfect workout for at home. So funny you bring it up, because I really am I just did a shoot in the last couple of days for new images for it. So yeah, stay tuned. More on that.
Oh my God, that's exciting. Okay, I can't wait. I'll be doing all of that. Let's talk about, what's your go-to snack and meal and your nutrition intake?
Yeah, look, I start my morning with, I'm not a breakfast person per se, so I do a power shake. And in that shake, it's got a nice protein powder. I put a little bit of strawberries, some blueberries, banana, ice, and water is my foundation. I don't use milk or soy milk or any of that. I just use water. And it's yummy. It is my favorite way to start my morning.
Okay, I do the same thing, but I don't look like you. So how is that possible now? Give us some others.
Oh, touche.
Oh, gosh. So what if it's tough for somebody to start working out? What's your advice for them?
It's really a mindset shift. I think the first thing is you have to just decide that you're going to do it and commit to it. But then don't think of it like you have to run a marathon on the first day. It's baby steps. So don't expect to work out for an hour the very first time you work out. Maybe do 20 minutes, maybe do 15, and then each day incrementally just add a little more time.
As long as we all keep moving. And what's your advice for all of us to get through this whole pandemic, this whole lockdown, everything that's going on?
Yeah, the three things that have been getting me through, well, I'll add four now because now I love my shower, but originally it was breath work, movement, and mindset exercises, like being on top of the things I'm thinking. But now, like I said, my fourth thing is my shower and how I use it and incorporate it throughout the day. And literally, I start my morning with like affirmations, or what I call rap formations in the shower. So I'm saying all those things that I say or want to create for myself while I'm showering. It makes it a really fun experience. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go get the Water Pick Power Pulse Therapeutic Shower Massage today.
You got it.
I'm going to keep you posted on all that. We can't wait to hear about Booty Slide 2.0. However you came up with that name, I don't know, but it's great. It's very catchy.
That's a whole story. One day we'll talk about that.
It's very catchy. And you know what? Thank you for sharing all these amazing tips with us today. And I hope to have you back again.
My pleasure. I would love to. Thank you, Wendy.
Thanks so much, Rebecca.
Bye-bye.
He was part of one of television's greatest cast as Jay Peterman on Seinfeld. Actor, singer, author, comedian, and so much more. Joining me to talk about his one-man show and more, welcome John O'Hurley.
Well, good morning. What a wonderful introduction. I don't know if I can live up to all of that.
You will. You have the greatest voice of any person.
Well, the irony of that is my voice was the last one to change in high school. For you to say that means a lot to me. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Really? Was that true? True story?
I had to suffer the embarrassment of one of those little squeaky voices up till I was about 15 years old.
Wow. That must have been painful in high school, right?
Well, it was what it was.
It's high school.
But I was lucky enough to, I was growing up at the time, and most of my life was in West Hartford, Connecticut. So I was, at the time, in the late 60s, I was wrapped around some of the great DJ voices in all of music, Dick Robinson and Sandy Beach and all of these great DJs back in the golden age of rock and roll and radio there. And I think a lot of my vocal intonations came from listening to them.
Wow. So you're going to be in your old neighborhood. You're going to be at the Ridgefield Playhouse this Sunday, January 26th, with your one-man show, A Man with Standards. I love the name, the title. How did you come up with that, and why?
Well, very simply, I do a show with the standards, the songs that we recognize from the Great American Songbook, Moon River, Henry Mancini, Sinatra, songs like Beyond the Sea. And I take a collection of all of that great music of the 50s and the 60s, a big band music, and I use it to underscore the stories of my life that were going on, not only at that time, but at other periods of life, when I was on Broadway and then Seinfeld and the years following. And I use that music to really to underscore and to in that respect, it makes it a lot of fun. It's very funny. It's great music, and there's only one tear.
Only one tear. So
I promise only one tear in the show.
Only one tear. So it's storytelling, songs, and humor, and it's always sold out when you do you do these shows all over.
I just finished I was just out 2 nights ago in La Mirada in California, doing the show there. Beautiful sellout there, and it was just what a wonderful crowd. Oh, they just loved it. It's just an unusual show. It hits you in a different way. Very few people come in and tell stories anymore, and I'm a storyteller. I always have been. That was the nature of J. Peterman on Seinfeld. He was a storyteller, and I've had so many of crazy, quirky things happen in my life that it's been fun to bring them to the stage and wrap them around music that is so inspiring and memorable.
You're so right. People do not tell stories anymore. It's so true. It's sad.
It isn't. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah. I mean, I go back, I talk about my days in West Hartford when my mother would go to the beauty parlor every Saturday morning and get her hair done. And it would come back, with something the consistency of a chafing dish. And then they would go out for dinner at night. My dad had his little skinny tie, and they would go out to a steakhouse in West Hartford, Delmonico's, and they would have this was every weekend. They'd go for dinner and dancing. They always had a little combo band there, and they'd go for their same steak every week, same martini, and they would dance their dance to the same music. And it was just that's what they did. It was dinner and dancing, and that sadly disappeared. So I like to bring back that little slice of nostalgia with not only the music but the stories, because I feel that it was a time of style and swing and elegance, and as I say, it's called A Man with Standards because I was lucky enough to grow up around men who had standards.
Oh my God, times are so different now. You're telling that story about your parents. I'm like, you're right. People used to. I look at pictures of my parents, and they were always so dressed up, and there was glamour, and it was so different then.
It was a time. There was a time of being a gentleman meant something. Being a lady meant something, and there was an elegance, and there was music. The music and the manners were indistinguishable, as I kind of laughingly say. Luck was a lady, we danced cheek to cheek, and love was a many-splendored thing.
Oh, beautiful. If you just tuned in, I'm talking to John O'Hurley. He's going to be at the Ridgefield Playhouse, one of my favorite places, by the way, this Sunday, January 26th, his show, A Man with Standards. For tickets, 203-438-5795. It's a thoughtful autobiography with song and storytelling, which I love. You can feel it when you're talking about it, too.
It was, I think what the people, the audience there at Ridgefield will come to understand is that so much of this is local flavor, because I grew up 20 years of my life in Connecticut, over the border as well for a few years in outside of Boston. I lived. My first steps on the Broadway stage were just down the road in New York City. So it has a wonderful local flavor, and I'll add even one more level into it is that. Not many people will remember this, but I took 6 years off before I became an actor out of college. And I went into public relations, and I was director of public relations for Waterbury Hospital in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
Just up the road from the Ridgefield Playhouse.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah,
wow.
I was. Yeah. And I'm a director for several years, director of the public relations for the Red Cross in Farmington. Yeah, my fingerprints are all around the state.
Oh, my. Wow. So can we reflect back a little bit about Seinfeld? How much did that change your life, and what do you miss the most?
Well, I was playing with the championship team in the championship season. I don't think there's ever been a cast assembled that was quite as talented or as intelligent as the four of them. And you just knew you were in St. Peter's Cathedral when you were there, either rehearsing or doing the show. And you knew that you were going to be part of something that your grandchildren would be watching with you. And I can't say that about any other show that I've done. It was just blessed with permanence, and time has proven me correct. Not only domestically, but internationally. It's syndicated in 85 countries, so you really can't go anywhere.